All right, let's talk about the second principle to becoming a top performer. Now, in a previous video, I told you the first principle to becoming a top performer on this path of self mastery is discipline. Now, all of these principles are equal, so you can't ditch this one that I'm about to tell you. And also, in this video, I'll give you the greatest leverage habit of all time. It's by leverage, I mean it's so useful. Like, you just cannot skip it. If you skip it, you're just robbing your future self of progress. So, principle number 2, willpower. Now, what is willpower? Most people think willpower is like, going back to the gym analogy, right? Is about pushing hard, like pushing, like the will to push. In a sense, that is correct, but the actual definition of willpower is resisting bad habits. So pushing away bad habits. So something that is not good for you. For example, pushing away the junk food that you know is bad for you because you will gain fat because of it. Or pushing away other bad habits like scrolling and playing video games that you know are bad for you. Now, why is willpower important? Willpower is sort of like discipline in a sense, as it's also a form of self love because it's delayed gratification. So, if you use willpower when imagine you're cutting, for example, like you're in the gym and you're cutting and you want to get 10% body fat, all right? And there's junk food to addict you, right? Like there's food right there. Like imagine your favorite chocolate bar is just on the desk and you want to eat it, but you use willpower to resist that urge, that temptation, that addiction that the modern world has created in order for you to be just stimulated all the time, right? That's a separate point. I'll talk about that in another video, but willpower is the skill of resisting that. And what does that even do? Well, over the lifetime, you will get a lot of urges for everything, like junk food, video games, everything, right? You'll get urges, and the skill of not falling for that trap is willpower. So, for example, if you didn't have willpower in that moment that you were about to eat, like indulge in junk food, then basically you'll just end up in a rut because that one chocolate bar will turn into 10, and then it will turn into cakes, and then it will turn into higher and higher and higher, and you'll just get on this negative feedback loop until you're just in a rut 24/7, and it's just impossible for you to get out. That's where a dopamine detox comes in, but I'll talk about that later as well. But now that you know willpower is important and why you need it, how do you actually build it? In the previous video, I said cold shower for discipline, but now the habit that I'm going to give you targets discipline and basically all of the other habits. It's like it's the jack of all trades, including willpower. So the skill is meditation. Now, most people have already clicked off because they heard meditation, and maybe that brought up previous experiences of meditation, which that they weren't successful in, right? So, meditation. How do you actually meditate? What is actually meditation? Meditation is the act of refocusing on something. So you are building focus. So, for example, imagine you're scrolling. Scrolling is the opposite of meditation because you are training yourself to not focus on one thing. You are focusing on multiple things. 1 second you're seeing a reel about maybe Andrew Tate, and then the next second you're seeing a reel about some guy getting murdered. Every second you are literally stimulated. Every second you're seeing something different. But meditation, what it does is it trains you to hold attention in one spot and one spot only. So the 4 steps to meditation is focus on the breath, or focus on anything, but commonly it's the breath. And then lose focus without knowing you lost focus. And then realize that you lost focus, and then refocus on the breath. This is how you meditate. Most people give up on meditation because they try meditation, and they only do step 1. They focus, and then they try it, and then they say it doesn't work because they couldn't hold focus. Well, that's the whole point. That's the whole point of meditation. That's like me going to the gym, doing a bicep curl, and then it hurts, and I say it doesn't work. That's the whole point. Do you get like what I'm talking about here? Like how funny that is. Just meditation works. You just have to do it correctly. And that's the method to do it correctly. All you have to do is just don't get angry at yourself when you lose focus. That's literally part of the process. All you have to do is realize that you lost focus, and then refocus on what you were focusing on. That may be the breath or whatever else that you're focusing on. Do that, and you just get your. I like to describe this as like a war between your 2 selves. Now, before I said the quote, your mind. Wait, actually, never mind. Before I said a different quote, right? But what meditation actually does is it improves your prefrontal cortex. There's a war between 2 sides of your brain. One side of your brain is the weak part, and the other side of your brain is your potential, your growth, your everything you ever wanted is the other side of the brain. That's gonna get you it. And there's the amygdala, which is the part of your primal part of the brain, which is your weak part of the brain, and then you have the prefrontal cortex, the more developed part of your brain. Now, have you ever had that thing where you are fighting urges? So like you have an urge, that's your amygdala, so your weak part of your brain, and then you have an urge fighting that. I mean, you have a force fighting the urge. That's the prefrontal cortex. Now, what meditation does, it increases the power of the better voice, the prefrontal cortex. So you literally have more time to react before you slip into another one of those ruts where you just seem to get no progress, no work done, no growth. That's why meditation is so valuable, and that's why you need to start implementing it daily. And it's a non-negotiable. It's like one of the foundational skills, right? So if you've implemented cold showers, now it's your time to increase your willpower by specifically meditating. And also meditation improves discipline, because it forces you to do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it, because your prefrontal cortex grown, and prefrontal cortex is involved in discipline activities as well. So meditation is just a non-negotiable. You cannot, I repeat, become a top performer without this skill. It's like a skill that you need to build. You can start with 1 minute, like actionable step right here. Start with 1 minute, because most likely you've not trained this ability your entire life. You've been addicted to scrolling. You played a lot of video games. You've not reset your dopamine. And also meditation resets your dopamine as well. So it just does everything. Like it's like a cheat code. So start with 1 minute. All you have to do, put the timer. Don't even download any apps. All you need is a clock app on your phone. All you have to do, set up 1 minute, sit down, close your eyes, focus on your breath, and then lose focus, then realize you've lost focus, and then refocus on the breath. Do that for 1 minute until the timer rings, and that's your meditation done for the day. And also, what I would suggest is make a habit tracker, like I told you in the previous video, so you can tick off the boxes, and also you get this positive momentum, and you actually enjoy becoming a top performer. And I'm not saying I'm a top performer, but I'm on my way to doing so. There's so many things that I've implemented that I see most people my age are just not doing. There's so many people who are okay with being mediocre their entire lives. They're okay with being conditioned by the school, and they don't even know it. They don't know what their potential is, and they'll never know, because us we know because we've been through the darkest part of our minds to figure out, and I'm here to help you achieve what it is you want through this path, right? I'm not perfect, but I'm still making progress, as you can see on the wall right there. I tick off the boxes, but I also cross some boxes off. But meditation will help you tick off more boxes. It will give you more positive momentum. It's the greatest act of delayed gratification. There's other habits like reading, journaling, and other habits like the gym that I'll talk about in another video, which are also very important. But meditation, no matter how boring it seems, is the highest leverage activity that you can do to grow your prefrontal cortex and just leverage growth for you. Imagine your rate of growth will be so much higher than everyone else around you because they're okay with being mediocre. But you, if you take action on this video and meditate and start meditating consistently, and also use principles from the gym, progressive overload your meditation, because I've progressively overloaded my meditation to 15 minutes every single day. So first I started with a minute because I was a retard, and then I slowly leveled it up. Like imagine you're adding weight onto a barbell for bench press, right? You just add more time, and then get to a point where you can maintain 15 minutes of meditation every single day. Now, I've done this for 200 days and I've noticed the difference. When I meditate, I'm less likely to go into a rut. And when I meditate, I'm more likely to get out of a rut. So that's why meditation is your best friend. So that's how you increase your willpower, and that's how you resist urges. Now, if you want more in-depth guide in resisting certain urges, like the urges that I'm talking about, junk food, video games, other things, then comment down below. I'll see you in the next one.